ready.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the next round of the Atomic World Challenge. This is round 7, guys. We're here at Silverstone. This is going to be quite a barn burner. We got guys up front here right now that have been running some pretty slick laps from the second that they got in today. Andrew Shaney got the pole today. He is going to be the guy to watch out for. But as always, Shaney is the points leader who ended up breaking part just by a smidge when he was qualifying. So that's put him at the back of the pack. So that's going to be a problem for him. He currently is in a solid lead with 42 points. Team Chris next with 35. Death with 27. Timed with Rhymes of 27. Montana with 15. Andrew Shady with 11. So our guy up front there needs a lot to make up for to get back into the lead here. But he's in the position to do it. Death Perception, who has struggled pretty much late game here, has basically dialed himself in for this, and we're hoping that he's going to be able to do something with this and turn this thing around. So here's the lineup for how things look today. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. We're coming up right on the first of the lead here, so let's see how Andrew launches this thing. I don't know if he would have should have gone slow. I probably would have gone faster. And there we go. We are a go, 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 go. Andrew with a big, nice lead out in the front there. Shaney with a lot of distance to work up for. I think his first lap is going to be a big deal. I think he's going to try to make the biggest run he can possibly make right out of the gate. So he takes inside of Team Chris there. There's Montana, who is trying to fix his season. His season has not gone well for him yet, but he's gonna continue to try to pull up. I think the thing is really weird because you have these people that are strong racers, and then they get in a pack like this where everything is difficult, everything is some kind of work, and then you have this thing where it's like, how do I do anything with that? And it's tough. So it's how you gonna fix things once you get them. So here's Shaney. I knew he was going to be moving up early, but once he gets into this first thing up here, he may be in third, but right in a fourth position, but he's going to have a lot. So let's look at our first times out here. So 102s starting laps from Andrew Shady Rhymes, and then 102 from Shaney Boy. So you can see that usually it's 104, which I find hilarious that that's how hot they're running right out of the gate. I want to try to kind of cover this from this area back here. Death is kind of in this little sweet spot right here between the two big competitions that are going on, and I want to be able to grab both of them. Shady has derived a massive lead. He got a good push off the front when he first ran his first lap around. So he's going to be in a position here, and Shaney is running so against the wall when it comes to his laps. It's going to be tough for him to kind of slow up here, but he's definitely what we call on point when it comes to these lap times. So I'm even going to look at these when we come across the start finish line here to see where we're at. 101 is the par time for today. So there's your 101. 101. Oh, and Death's already broken to 0.905. Not what you wanted to have happen on your first lap there. And he's probably already well aware of it. But that's a little crazy to be able to whack it right on the first one and then still have Shaney catching up with you when you're doing that. That's just a little bit nuts. So he broke par, and Shaney's still catching and taking him. Move back to Montana. It's getting heated back here. He wants a piece of that Shaney boy action right there, and I don't think Shaney's going to have much to do with it. Montana here. Here's Team Chris moving on him. He's starting to struggle again. There's the two guys up there. Here's a big fight back here. This big fight's going to clog everything up for these guys and slow them down as they come together here. We're going to look at this lap time again, see what we got here. See how they've driven it down. No changes. Oh, Team Chris with the 101.311. So that means that they would have driven slower on that lap time than they did in prior. And into the wall. And there's Death all the way back. So he got hit with the part-time violation. And now he's got to make up everything from the get-go. We'll move up here to Shaney real quick. This is going to be, again, he's made up some distance here. That's a good sign. Still staying under par. That's a good sign. Keeping it right on the edge. Andrew Shaney has given up his top time to Rhymes here. That's the good thing of having a smaller pack of cars. That's the thing is we had a lot of people that ended up going and that had jobs or missions that they had to do, so it was they went from being, see there's a slowdown right there. Team Chris going on the outside. Oh, big crash. That was close. We got some change up there. Death was able to take the initiative on that turn and get himself back out. So how is Shaney going to handle that one? Is really the question here. Montana still back here. We're going to move up to Shaney because we're going to keep an eye on the points leader here. So yeah, Silverstone, I want to think this track is made by Zero Force 1, I think, or T-Force or something along that lines. Whatever it was somebody that we just literally found out randomly and really made a very good track here. I don't know how close it is to Silverstone, but I was so impressed with running the track and the way you can really kind of, I want to say shortcut the track, but it's not shortcut. It's literally just drive the line that you have going. And it becomes so crazy competitive on the track. It's like right here, just kind of in and out, and you can kind of set what you wanted for your lap time. So it allowed people who were running cars that were a little bit slower, they were able to run this track, or a little bit faster. They could run this track and make a more competitive run on it, really dictate how they wanted to end the race. And that was the cool thing about it. Remember that any of these tracks that we have, we're going to put a link in the description. So if you want to play this track, you can go ahead and go to that description. They are Xbox One friendly, so if you're on it, if you're not on an Xbox, you won't be able to play it. But I'm sure you'll be able to recreate it or something. There's got to be something you can do at some point. I don't know exactly how Rockstar per se handles that, but if they do something cool that allows everybody to bring tracks over, there's a lot of potential there. So let's look at this. Still 1-0. Oh, and Shaney dropped it. And he immediately made the response that it killed him. He knew that he broke it. So we got two par breakers here right next to each other. So that's going to drop him 2 positions for each time. For every second that these two guys go over, they end up dropping back for their point score. So they end up dropping 2 positions. It looked like, is it Death banging into the back? Death's been a little bit aggressive this race. Something I'm not used to seeing with him. It's usually the sign of Juxtree being here, which we haven't seen Juxtree in a long time. Big shout out to my boy there. He's been winning some track and field events, so he's gotten basically some really good things that he's been doing on there. So it's somebody that we miss, but we understand he's going to have a baseball card soon enough, but it's going to be in track and field. So as soon as he gets a chance to come back, we'll be happy to have him. I don't know, he may have graduated onto serious stuff. So so the way we missed him, we're going to be happy to have him. So back to the race here. Remember, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to have 13 races in this. Oh, big squirrel from Death, but managed to save it. We're going to continue to have these races. There's going to be 13 races total for Atomic World Challenge. It's going to be an incredible series this year. Everybody has been running it. Everybody has their space in here. It's pretty cool to see how people are competing, how things get moved around, and just competition has been competition. It's really been fun to be a part of this. So here's Shaney rolling up on Shady. It's very tough. We're gonna find a way to separate Andrew and Shaney, so that so we can get these guys separated. So now Shaney knows he's broke par. Oh, yeah. So that was the way to try to get yourself from breaking par if you're in a really fast car. So what happens is, so you've probably seen that before. What happens is that as certain players are really fast, what happens is we get to run these, and the more you run them, if you haven't tested it over and over again like I usually do, what happens is you get in these races and you continue to make speed. You get faster and faster and faster, and what happens is you end up chunking off points. So you get kind of this apex where it's like, I got 0.2 seconds ahead, 0.2 of what the par is. So the next lap it's 0.1, then it's 0.0. Then once you're in a competition like this, you end up really crushing it. At one point, you're just racing everybody. You're not focusing on what you're doing, and suddenly you're 59 seconds, and you're like, how did that happen? It's like, it's just part of that competitive nature that really, shows this is how you're running a track. People would be amazed at how much rushing that clock or running against that clock alone will start to crush you. But once you're the guy and you're running these laps, it really does make an astounding amount of difference once you get in a crowd. So the thing is that when you're racing these, the trick is to really get in there and start, running them over and over again, and getting it right up on the edge where you know exactly what time you're going to be running every lap. This is a pro race. It's different from any other race that you're ever going to race. It's something that's going to put a lot of people into positions like this. Shaney is a really good racer. Put him out with the regular field, and he's going to do incredible things. But once you say, here's your competitive time, everybody's going to have to run this time or lower or get a penalty for it, it becomes a different monster. And it's very cool to see how this has come together to allow people that are both fast and slow to really dial in how they race a track. How little things like slow cars end up being faster cars. So look back at this again. Shaney there with the 1-0s and the 1-0s there. The lead lap right now, the fastest lap we have right here, it looks like a 1-2-4 from Team Chris. So she has 1-2-4. So she's a while ago figured out how to dial in the best lap for these tracks, and it's pretty cool to see like just a consistent run with it. There's a couple of players in here that can do it, but she can get right up on that number and crush it. It's pretty cool to see it happen. But yeah, everybody has a chance to win this. There's nothing tricky. You can see these are not like the best cars on the track. I know Rhymes runs his Comet SR, but his Comet SR is basically a tuned down car so that he can actually run in the series so that he doesn't break par, and that's how he masters his stuff. So whatever works to get you there is how to do it. If it's something you do want to be interested in, we do the races on Wednesday night. We televise them on Sunday. So we make these so that you can see the events here, and then they run them any other time. So here's Shaney is running up in the second position. Now I think he already knows that he broke par, so I think he is really just running his like a 1 second faster lap. So he knows he drops 2 positions. So I think he's going to run the first place and try to get himself into third. And see, that's the kind of thing that I have. It's very tough when you design these to kind of say that if somebody knows that they've broken that par time and now they're in that position of being like, I got to take position because I want to take that first place position. And so I will minimize the damage I have, because remember, Shaney right now is actually in the first point. So he knows he's going to take that 3-point drop. So he's going to try to minimize it as much as possible. So that's the thing is how does he do that so that he can still get that primary position? And so he's going to run that 1 second the whole time. And that's going to almost guarantee that he gets in the first place position. So it's very tough. It's like the one thing where it's like I want to look at Rockstar and say, this is what I need done, like almost like a computer limited thing. They could keep people under that time. So if they get it close to the finish line and they hit that time, that's their penalty. So it slows them down, and I can't reset it every turn. Maybe it's something I need to bring up to them. That would be something that would be really cool to say for super uber competitive events. Like, if you're running this time, this is how you get pushed back. And it would be very cool to have it done. But we'll see. It's something that we're going to bring up. Maybe we'll see in GTA 6. It'd be really cool to do it. Just the good thing, and that's the thing, is it's just so weird that I've worked with other game organizations. I've done Ozone with people that design games from pretty much early on, all the way back to Midnight Club 2, which I was very happy to be a part of, helping out, like, just giving words and saying stuff and then testing things, and just being basically friends with people. It wasn't like anything serious other than just being able to give input. But now it's come forward to being able to be part of other games that I've done giving input on. I've been part of alpha and beta tests, and then to move into GTA, and was able to give feedback because of events we ran like this back when 2013. We were involved in a lot of the groups that were kind of deciding which races were going to end up being restricted races for or the ones that were helped by GTA. So that was the cool thing about being a part of that, is you could determine what certified races for Rockstar. Couldn't find the word. So the races that were certified by Rockstar, we had a hand in that. So I started giving feedback really, really early. We ended up getting featured in by Rockstar. Some side-by-side fighting right there. Look at this. This is funny because it's a battle. How is Shaney going to end up pushing it forward? Oh, he gave it up. Probably a smooth move. But yeah, so we it was involved in giving feedback, and the thing is the feedback we were giving Rockstar, they were listening to. They were actually making changes to the game to make it better for everybody, and it was so fun to be a part of that and be part of a positive thing. A lot of people will do things where it's like, they're just going to give them ideas to make their own gameplay better. And we didn't do that. This kind of playing does not make life easier for you. It makes it harder. So here it is. This is it. Last lap. We have Shaney in here pushing against Rhymes. I don't think Rhymes going to let it go. And he's got that 101. So these top three guys, Team Chris did win over par 2. So she's back in the 6th position now. She was in 2nd place for points right now. I don't know how that's going to do for her at the end, but we're just going to have to find out. I'm actually going to be taking a picture of the end screen of this thing too, so I can figure out their points just for when the race ends, because it's and I've never seen Team Chris break par before, ever, but we'll see. We'll see how that. So here they come right up to the end here. Rhymes is not going to let him go. And there it is. We got a big old 1-2. Rhymes. There you go. Find Shady. So Shady's going to get his bonus point today. It's going to be in the 2nd place position guaranteed. So he's going to get a nice big boost today for points. That's going to be a big deal for him. So thank you guys. This has been VIPPrimo from Silverstone and AWC Atomic World Challenge signing off. We can see you guys next week. Don't forget to tune in. Bye.